Welcome to the Evolved Dad Shortcast. Your new life starts now.
Hey, welcome back to another episode of the Evolved Dad Shortcast. Today I want to take a little bit of a turn from the norm. And I want to talk about a thought that came to me this past Labor Day. So I was around with the family. To be honest, it was a little bit of a rough day. Most of us were tired, overtired even, from a long, exhausting, and fun weekend. And it was just tough. It was tough. The kids were off schedule. My wife and I are exhausted, falling on our faces to the point where you're just like, you want to throw in the towel. You're like, okay, that's it. I'm done. I can't anymore. I was irate. I was not doing well, behaving well with the kids, and too much of a short fuse. Thankfully, my wife came over to me at a point and said, I think that the kids have to get out. To which I said, yes, the kids need to get out. They got to get out of the house. They got to go do something. And she said, no, they're not just going to go out of the house. We got to go take them somewhere. And I was not interested. I was just done with. I wanted to go take care of some other stuff that had to be taken care of, go engage with some people on social media, just, try to pull myself out of this exhaustion somewhat, maybe just refocus on other things and just get busy and whatever. But I knew she was right. So that was it. And we went out with the kids, stopped by some stores to pick up some stuff, went to a park. To be honest, it was great. We had a lot of fun. We really did. It's a hot day, but we went out to the park. The kids had a blast. I was able to run around with them a little bit. Yes, I can do that, thankfully. And it got me thinking. There are times that I want to just sit back and engage with people on social media. I want to create more of the shortcast episodes. I want to write some more of my newsletters. I want to write some tweets, and I want to just have fun. There's so many more things at points that I feel like I just want to go do. But then I usually by myself, and if not, thankfully I have a wonderful wife who steps up and knows how to speak to me in a way that she can convince me to make sure that we get out of these issues and move past them. But when I have a little bit of a clearer head, I realize that this is really the greatest investment for me. This is what my life is all about. It's about pouring as much as I can into my children, pouring as much as I can into the relationship with my wife. You may be sitting there and asking, like, why? Just, kick back. I say the same thing. Just kick back. But I realize that it's so much more than that, because kicking back is a short dopamine hit or whatever drug in our brain it is. But it's not my long term investment. We work so hard on building up investments, whether that's putting more time into our jobs, financially, maybe building a relationship with someone else, cultivating it, whatever it may be. But we put so much time into these things. Yet when it comes to putting more time into the relationship with our children, somehow it just doesn't get there. Things get a little bit too hard. All of a sudden, it's like, I wanted to take a step back. I don't want to deal with it anymore. But that's really, if you think about it in the big picture, what are you doing in this world? You have 100 years, if you're lucky. Who knows where technology is going to take us? Maybe we'll be living till who knows how old. And if you think about it, the greatest thing that we can do is build a legacy. I'm not going to dwell on that, but just think about it for a minute. Think about the opportunity that you have to be able to take that relationship with your children, that relationship with your wife, and make it so much better that your children are getting all this programmed into their heads. This is becoming their subconscious. The way that you treat your wife, the way that you interact with your wife, the way you show love for your wife, appreciation, that's all getting built into your kids' heads. That's how your daughter is going to know what she should look for in a man, what the relationship should be. That's how your son is going to learn how to treat his wife. And it doesn't stop there. It's all those other things that you do on those hard days when you get over it, or you say, you know what, I'm really acting on a short fuse now. I know that I'm wrong. I'm sorry for that. And just give me some time to cool down a little bit. I'll be back soon. Or whatever the situation is. But by showing up better for our children, showing up better when it comes to your wife, that's building that future legacy. That's going to last years past when you're gone. Because that's going to get built into your children. And if you do a good job building that in, it's not only going to go with your children, but it's going to keep going for generations. So yeah, we all want to make that however many millions of dollars or billions of dollars you want to make. You want to create that generational wealth that everyone talks about. You never know what's going to happen with that. Like Alex Hormozy talks about. His father had to leave the country that he came from. They lost everything. They came from royalty. What they have what's in their head. So yeah, you want to build that generational wealth. But think about it. What's real generational wealth? Is it the money in the bank? Is it the real estate that you own? Or is it what your child has inside? Is it the tools that you gave your child to go build another business? Or is it the tools you gave your child to create a better life for themselves and in turn their future spouse and their future children for generations? That's what I want to leave you with today. I want you to think about that. Think about where you are now. Think about where you want to get to. And use this as that internal fire of motivation, inspiration, because it's inside of you. This is your opportunity to make huge changes for generations. Don't underestimate yourself. The smallest of people can make the biggest of changes. And you can't even say no because you never know what's going to happen. So I encourage you right now, commit to making a change. Whatever that change is, something small. As I like to say, resolve to evolve. Just got to start with that little bit. Those little steps are going to get you all the way up that huge mountain. One day you're going to be looking back and you're going to see all those steps you took got you all the way there. Just think about that. This is Jonathan, the Evolved Dad, signing off. Have an awesome day.